going to demonstrate a wrist hyperextension and a thumb taping technique. So you're going to start with shaving and spraying, and then pre-wrap. So this technique is often used by football linemen who are getting their wrists jerked back and thumb jerked back, so they want stability on both of them at the same time as a preventative technique. I'll start with 2 anchors. Again, have their fingers a little bit splayed apart, otherwise if they try and splay them later, your ankle will be so tight they can't. Any tape going through the webbing of the thumb needs to be lipped over. You can do that with a finger. I actually do it with my lips. That's the name, getting lipped over, but different people have different preferences. And then 2 proximal anchors. So again, you want your anchors to be out far enough that you have a good long lever for your wrist hyperextension. So this is a combination of 2 other techniques. First, the wrist hyperextension, so they're going to bring the wrist into 30 degrees approximately of flexion. I'm going to make a fan that has a minimum of 3, but it can have more if you have a larger size athlete. So we're re-anchoring the fan. Once the fan is anchored, we're going to pause the taping technique right there for the wrist hyperextension and have them start with the thumb technique. So have their thumb relaxed. You're switching to 1-inch tape. We're doing a spica around their metacarpal phalangeal joint. Again, the pressure on this one is not pulling out, it's pulling down and kind of across. So you want the X's to cover up that proximal joint there. And you're splaying these fans slightly so they're not crossing all of the exact same spot. So one important thing in performing this technique is to make sure you maintain thumb circulation. So none of us want to have our thumb lacking in blood supply. So it's really easy to go too tight on these thumb spicas. And you'll know it because their thumb will start changing colors. And hopefully they'll tell you. So you could either stick with the 1-inch tape or you can switch over to 1.5 inch, and you're going to do navicular blocks. Your scaphoid or navicular bone, which is at the base of your thumb right here, is commonly injured in thumb hyperextension. And so I'm going to be half lapping these. So these blocks help prevent hyperextension of your thumb into that area. Okay, so I have my thumb spicas, 3 of them, navicular blocks, as many as you need to get so you're covering the metacarpal phalangeal joint there. Then I'm going to finish up with a figure of 8 pattern that's going to re-anchor and also add some stability to my wrist hyperextension. So the X of that figure 8 should be going across the palm of your hand. Do 2 figure 8s here. Unfortunately, my ankle wasn't very good right there. You can see there's some wrinkles. So you gotta work on that. So do I. All right, and then there's some open space here. There's still pre-wrap showing through, so you wanna make sure to cover that up a few times so there's not a weak spot in your taping technique. Okay, so you're going to test your functionality 2 ways. Have the person extend their thumb as far as they can and see this one's restricted, and then have them extend their wrist as far as they can. You can see this wrist is also restricted from hyperextension.